Major League Pickleball has landed in Big D. It's the revolutionary team format that we look forward to every season. You are watching day 2 of MLP Dallas by Margaritaville, the second of 3 events in season 2. Beautiful facilities here at the Brookhaven Country Club, just outside of downtown Farmers Branch, Texas. We kick off our coverage on Championship Court with group play from the premier level. Alongside former top male pro Adam Stone, I'm Michelle McMahon. Adam, thrilled to have you with us bright and early this morning. We've got a banger of a matchup. We got the DC Pickleball team taking on the Columbus Sliders. Some interesting storylines to start, but what is the overarching storyline you're following in this matchup?
I am sticking with my man James Walter Johnson, JW. Can he be that alpha for his team? He has a right side rock, Colin Johns, and a couple great ladies on his squad. Can he play big today?
I would assume that he could. Let's get into the groups of who's going to be on Championship Court. This is 2 teams out of Group B. Group A featuring the Arizona Drive, made a deep run. You've got the Orlando Squeeze, the defending champs, Ben Johns, and the Chicago Slice. That's a tough group. You got Group B, Group C. Any particular groups that are the group of death in this particular event?
There's always a group of death, Michelle, and it is absolutely Group A. You rattled off those names, and those are some heavy hitters in Group A for sure.
Not to mention Dylan Frazier with the Ranchers as well. We are stacked with talent and thrilled to get you going here on Championship Court. The DC Pickleball team taking on the Sliders first here on Championship Court, 10 a.m. Central Time. It is 60 degrees and a bit chilly, so expect conditions to be playing a little bit quicker. The win probability in favor of the DC Pickleball team, Riley Newman and Christian Elshon. This is a home event for Riley Newman, who hosted his team over to his house last night. Christian Elshon and he have become quite good friends. He flew in early to train together, and let's dive deeper into this team. You talked about Riley Newman. What else are you looking for when it comes to that?
Well, you cannot have 3 more well-known commodities than the Kawamotos and Riley Newman. Can Christian Elshon play big with those veterans?
And with JW Johnson, you mentioned before, he is such a stifling talent. He and Colin Johns will be playing men's doubles together, but what is it going to take? The Columbus Sliders had a disappointing finish in Atlanta. How do they bounce back here, Adam?
Well, I think the key here has to be Megan Fudge. She is filling in for Maggie Brasha for injury. Quality player, great singles player. She plays all 3 events well. Can she step up enough to complement her other 3 teammates who are more known commodities on the premier level?
And the question for the DC Pickleball team, they came oh so close in Atlanta. They ultimately fell in a dream breaker. Most people thought it was a lock for them to take down the Orlando Squeeze with the stacked talent that they have. They have the Kawamoto twins, who are so good on every aspect of the game. Women's doubles, mixed doubles. What makes them such a good team together, but then also in mixed doubles with what they have to their game, the Kawamotos?
Well, that's exactly right. There is a lot of players out here with incredible shot making and have dips in consistency. You do not see that with the Kawamotos. There is no weaknesses in their game. They can play offensive when it's there, and their defensive consistency and scrappiness is unparalleled, in my opinion.
Well, you mentioned no Maggie Brasha here today, so that was a good look at Megan Fudge, who's stepping in for her, and Megan Dazan also playing with a new partner. That's not easy to step into an event like this and to perform at such a high level. So what would your advice be as a coach to these gals who are coming out to play together for the first time in this team format event for Megan Dazan and Megan Fudge?
Well, I mean, of course, they have a very quality team and can compete very well, but you have to be in Megan Fudge's ear a little bit. Hey, let it fly.
Yeah.
You are a fill-in here. You can play loose. You can play your game, and I think that will leak over to Megan Dazan as well, who is a very mental player, and when she is locked in, she is a clear-cut top 10 player, in my opinion. Can she stay focused mentally? That is going to be the key for her.
Former tennis player out of BYU, Megan Dazan, tall task against the former University of Dayton Flyers, the Kawamotos. Of course, Megan Fudge's strong tennis background, also played at the University of Illinois, and we are starting with women's doubles here on Championship Court. We'll go 2 games of gender doubles, then we'll mix it up. And the mixed doubles side, there's a good look at Megan Dazan, based out of Salt Lake City, Utah, 30 years old, and she has a cannon of an arm. Look out for that, and she will be our first server here, game 1, Championship Court.
Game number 1, come on, let him hear you.
Yeah, Megan Dizon, absolutely, I would say her strongest skill, elite power, elite put-away power, and a lot of pop off of her paddle.
Game one, time in, 0-0.
That's a big put away early for Megan Fudge. Rose to the occasion and the call-up chance.
A reasonable start for Megan Fudge. Nice angle backhand winner off the shake and bake.
Oh, there was that power of Dizon, but the sun certainly a factor on that side.
Yeah, no question, and a little less of a factor as we move through the day, but these first match or two, definitely a big deal.
That's a ball she'll put away 10 out of 10 times in any other conditions. Missed reset from Jackie Kawamoto.
Yeah, and it's just, these players are so close to each other. It's so fast-paced. Any sight issues become major down on the court.
Megan Fudge goes wide.
They're talking about it. She is looking to Megan, letting her know that she cannot see either, and they're going to have to get something figured out on the bad side.
Megan Dizon steps over, closes the gap.
Well,
There's the elite power.
They got it figured out right there. But really, I think the main issue yesterday at the challenger level was first volleys off of a third shot drive that were the biggest issues over on the sunny side.
Fudge goes big down the middle. What did you mean by that? Last comment you made with the issues.
Like the first volley. So when they are driving hard and the ball is getting on you quickly, that is when most of the errors and the issues with sight have come into play. Yeah, not saying that there's no issues when all four players get to the kitchen, but that's what I saw yesterday as the biggest problem for that team on the far end of the court with the sun in their face.
There's a nice roll volley there for Megan Fudge finding the corner.
Yeah, exactly right. The key there is roll. Did not have an incredible amount of pace, but a lot of shape and spin to that ball, making it difficult for Jade Kawamoto to come up with it.
A lot of pressure from Jackie Kawamoto.
Yeah, really nice spot to find the forehand of Megan Dizon.
And the fast hands of the lefty.
Yeah, that's right. And that is the well-roundedness of the Kawamotos. A year, 18 months ago, pretty defensive-minded. Now they have all of the options. Oh, wow. Interesting situation. That ball slowly goes through the middle. But now, I'm not sure if it was just the situation, but we saw two lobs from the Kawamotos into the sun on that point. When they are scrambling in the back of the court, will they continue to lob? We will see.
Not a bad option, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, lobbing can be a good option in a lot of situations, but, I mean, you have the sun right in the eyes. I mean, that's even more of a reason to throw a couple balls up in the air.
And the Kawamoto's sneaking right back on top by 3.
8-5.
And it's not necessarily a situation when we have as we've been talking about, a clear-cut good and bad side. you just want to make sure it's not too lopsided when you're on the bad side. You don't necessarily have to switch ends with the lead. You just want to limit the damage and then know you're going to switch ends and be in a better situation for the second half of the match.
And the ultimate strategist, Colin Johns, talking things over with his side. There's a good look at Kyle McKenzie, the coach for the DC Pickleball team, and their ownership group surrounding them as well.
Oh, yeah. I always love calling a Kyle McKenzie match. It's just coaching 101, aggressive talking with his hands. He's got a nice wide base there. He's just, I mean, he's really doing it. These are the things you have to have as a coach. So important.
You showed us yesterday your hip mobility with some dance moves on the sideline. They can't all be, as savvy as you on the sideline.
I'm a Shakira fan. What can I say? Well, my
hips don't lie.
Yeah, that's
Adam.
right. My squad made it very easy. It was they were playing so well, I was a little loose down on the sideline.
Kyle McKenzie said that he played with Jackie and Jade stepping in for Riley Newman in a couple of matches in practice. Couldn't believe how good they are in the match, just how things that don't translate when you're watching on TV or just watching them from afar. Oh, Megan Dazan had it lined up. Wide for Fudge. Another patient point for the Kawamotos, who make it to 11 first. They will change ends, 11-6. Of course, the side advantage in favor of the Kawamotos, but what else is jumping out to you right now about their game?
Yeah, just as I mentioned at the top of the match, it's just really consistent. Now, we've had the Megans have a couple nice shots, a couple winners sprinkled in, but there has maybe been one unforced error from the Kawamotos in the first half of this match, and you don't necessarily... You see the big, impressive shots much easier than you see the not missing throughout the match, and that's why they're just so sneaky and underrated as players.
The feedback got really loud with whatever plug-in you guys have put. I'm having a hard time hearing anything. Like, the music is dominating
Well, the atmosphere pretty much speaks for itself here in Major League Pickleball. It's early, and the fans are already upon us here in Dallas. Megan Dazan and Megan Fudge playing together.
Yeah, let's see if the Megans maybe work in a few more third shot drives and maybe speed up more frequently from the kitchen now that they are on the good side.
We're going to see any lobs on their side as well.
I don't see why not.
Oh, the Kawamoto's looking as good as ever in that sequence.
Yeah, Jackie sliding that second hand off the paddle and poking that one-hand attack to the perfect spot on Megan Dazan. Well done.
Miscommunication in the middle.
No, that was a foot step on. So that will happen occasionally when the left side player is looking to be aggressive in the middle, and I believe she stepped right on Megan Dazan's foot.
Oh, what a grab from Dazan. Missed that time in the transition area.
Yeah, but it hasn't really been the Megans getting blown off the court, and they're down 14-6.
Yeah, it hasn't felt that way, has it?
No. It's just what the Kawamotos do.
They sneak up on you. There's a big blow from Megan Dazan.
Yeah, another impressive part about the Kawamoto's game is that a lot of players either always counterattack or block a lot, a very high clip. They can do both when the situation calls for it.
That's a nice flick there, and that's something Kyle McKenzie said earlier too, is they have this instinct to know when they're being attacked and to when to shift to offense.
Correct.
In the middle of a point, they step a couple of shades off the kitchen when they know they're having to adjust defensively.
Yeah, it's very important to know when you see that ball well, you know they're going to attack. Don't let them off the hook with a soft block. Crush that thing. When they catch you, it comes from a different spot. Go soft, reset, get a better opportunity. I mean, you got to hit like 10. You got to hit like 10 good ones.
Yeah.
I mean, and really that's the difference between today and yesterday. The challenger level isn't hitting any different shots. These premier players are just so consistent and precise with what they do.
Which makes it even more impressive that these two Kawamotos are based out of Indianapolis, because that requires a lot of training, right?
Oh,
to be able to hit that at a consistent level, those high-level shots.
Just landed. Yes, and having a sister there to drill with, fantastic, but you cannot replicate four on a court. And those are the patterns and the situations that you get into in tournaments, so it is difficult.
Rachel Rohrbacher says she trains with these two quite a bit as well, so creating their own little hotbed of pros.
There you go.
But still, I would imagine difficult to find the highest level of training partners there. Dazan rips one on the backhand. A little bit of a run on their side.
Yeah, there we go. A couple loose errors that we did not see in the first half of the game from the Kawamotos, and then a little power there from Megan Dazan. Yeah, I'm fine with Megan Fudge stepping to her right and taking that ball. I think she hesitated for just a second, and that gave Jackie Kawamoto a little more time to counter.
Oh, an onslaught of offense from the twins.
That's right. Jackie has taken that backhand attack up the line twice now. This time she switches over and jams up the body of Megan Fudge. Well done from Jackie Kawamoto.
Game point for DC. Wow, what defense. Wow. Unstoppable.
Sometimes it's just too good.
Too good is right. The Kawamotos run away with game one, 21-11. And out come the men for men's doubles. What did you like the most from Jackie and Jade and their consistency?
Yeah, that's it. It's consistent play and well-timed aggression. So they don't just sit back and just dink. They don't just go out there and frivolously speed up. It's the balance that they play with, and it's just so impressive to me.
Well, out comes Riley Newman and his partner Christian Elshon. Takes the pressure off the guys when your ladies take care of business and clean up in that kind of fashion. And again, like you said, it didn't seem like Megan and Megan were getting dominated, so to speak, in that game. But the Kawamotos just continue to chip away and pull away. And out comes J.W. Johnson, the stunner on his side, and Colin Johns. We will get you caught up on the strategy from Adam after this short break.
Innovation is our specialty. Winning is his. Zane Navratil has won more than 40 Pro Gold medals and back-to-back Major League Pickleball titles. One of pickleball's most iconic and decorated athletes teamed up with our world-class engineers with one goal in mind: build a paddle that can dominate. The Zane Navratil Signature Paddle, designed for champions by champions. Available now. ProXR Pickleball. Innovation you can handle.
What's your DUPR?
It's a battle of two of the top players in the world here on Championship Early from Dallas. And it is 10:20 a.m. Central Time. JW Johnson against Riley Newman. 1A, 1B. What gives in this matchup, Adam Stone?
Christian Alshon. Not only is he the most unknown commodity on his own team, he is in this match as well. 3 quality veterans of the game. Christian, all the talent in the world. Can he harness it in this match?
Patient point to start. You know, Colin Johns, he's not going to miss a dink.
They have a plan. I promise you that.
Oh, what hands from JW. Just missed that time for Colin Johns with JW Johnson.
Yeah, these exchanges.
Unbelievable.
It is literally unreal, the hand speed of these players. And Christian Alshon, nice quality roll forehand drop. Looking pretty smooth very early on.
Riley Newman speeds it up on Johns. It works.
Yeah, that pattern has happened between the two of them about 13,000 times. Yeah. So the Riley Newman two-handed backhand speed up off the bounce and the Colin Johns counter. 1-0 Riley in that little battle within the battle.
Not close friends off the court, those two.
Correct, Michelle.
No love lost here on Championship Court, adding to the drama.
2-3.
Couple of misses, uncharacteristic for JW Johnson.
That's right, and you have to thank the movement of Christian Alshon on the Ernie had something to do with that error from JW. And JW just closes his eyes and walks back to the baseline. He really does have a fire in his belly, even though he doesn't always show it. He is extremely competitive. He does not like to lose, and he expects himself to make every shot out there. And to be honest, he makes almost all of them.
That one's slightly high from JW Johnson. Christian Alshon was all over it, and Columbus was 1-2 in group play in Atlanta. Did not advance to the knockout round, so they all have something to prove. That's a nice speed up there from Colin Johns.
A little showmanship from Alshon. Yes, exactly right, and that's the thing. Colin just doesn't do that very much, so he's mostly calm and controlled, so when he does pull the trigger, it often catches his opponents off guard.
I wonder if a format like this could pull some of that out in Colin Johns maybe a little bit more than we see in traditional style.
Maybe.
He's not sold.
Yeah, he pretty much.
Your face says no.
He pretty much does his thing, so I don't think the format matters much to him.
No speed up chance. Something about the dink battles that doesn't translate on TV is it looks easy. When you're watching this, you're like, oh, I can go out there and do it. But it's not. Explain up to this point what the nuances are there.
Yes. So first off, the efficiency of the footwork of these athletes is incredible. Their contact point and their positioning is just so perfect.
Oh, Colin Johns.
Yes, nice combination after extended dink rally, and it's also the softness of hands. These players have to pick up shots from their feet, lift it over the net, and drop it down so their opponents cannot attack. That is not easy, especially with the length and athleticism of a lot of these players.
Has to be one of the most misconceptions, or biggest misconceptions. Colin Johns taking over.
Yeah, if you go to a local 5-0 group, there's a lot of players blasting the ball and hitting shots very similar to these guys. But there's not a lot of guys with downy soft hands, I promise you. That's a nice pull from Alshon. That's kind of the no-go zone on J.W. Johnson. So for him to be able to find the right shoulder with the speed up is a great ball from him. Alshon, a little bark back across the net as he has developed that one-handed backhand counterattack right from his chest very nicely in the last couple months.
Oh. What happened there?
Well, I was going to say the sun, but that's the wrong side. So I think what he was thinking is that ball might go out, and then he waffled a couple times and ended up sticking the paddle out. I'm guessing that's what it was, but I don't know.
A good response from J.W. Johnson.
Fortunate off the tape, but I like him being aggressive, and when he can take that backhand flip out of the air, incredible amount of spin and pace from J.W.
Oh, Alshon was all over it. Colin Johns found the line, ties it up.
Yeah, that's too good from Colin because, Alshon went scorpion and had a nice crack at a forehand here, but Colin Johns on it.
Crouching scorpion.
Mm-hmm. Patient point, and Christian Alshon twice now going to the right side of J.W. Johnson with success, and DC Pickleball team looking pretty strong and controlled early in this match.
They get to 11 first. Let's take a look at some of the outer courts here, starting with the Orlando Squeeze taking on the Ranchers. Orlando is up 1-0, so Anna Bright and Rachel Rohrbacher took game one. Meanwhile, over with the Arizona Drive taking on a Chicago Slice. There's Ben Johns, the best player in the world in action. And so far, their ladies cleaned up too. The the Chicago Slice, Lacey Schneeman, and Jesse Irvin. So Julian Arnold and Deckel Barr up for the task against Ben and Eric Lang. We've got you covered on all 4 courts here today. You can check us all out on YouTube everywhere we go. We continue our coverage here on Championship Court. So far, it's Christian Elshon and Riley Newman, 2-11 first, but a very slim margin here. It's been point for point, momentum for momentum on each side.
Yeah, I think it's really the only difference is a couple loose dink errors from J.W. Johnson at the very beginning of the game. Otherwise, it's been a kind of a seesaw, 1 point here, 1 point there affair.
Time in. 11-10.
Forehand attack from J.W. Johnson, none better than him.
Yeah, that's right. And halfway through that point, the hands of Colin John's ridiculous after a speed up right at Riley Newman's forehand and dug himself out of it.
Christian Elshon pulls the trigger again on J.W. Johnson down the line.
That's right. Let's give a little shout out to Mama Bear Julie Johnson up here next to the commentary booth, watching intently.
Let's get her in for some analysis.
You can see right there that Colin was for sure thinking JW was going to take that, something that Ben takes, and JW was just a half step late getting to where he needed to be. Half step is a big difference when you're playing these quality opponents.
Beautiful shot that time for J.W. Johnson. That can be some of the challenges, though, when playing with a new partner. These two are very stable in their partnerships on the PPA Tour. Into the net for Newman. Tie game continues.
Yeah, they were just checking with each other. I do believe that's probably Christian's ball. Riley coming over too far for the dink. Colin can't believe it. Some of the body language and the shoulder dropping from Colin is so entertaining to me.
Seemed like the wind just picked up right as he hit that drop. Uh-oh. Oh, Colin Johns jumps back for the attack.
Yeah, after the collision early in the point, he kind of gritted his teeth. I'm just glad it hit the paddle and not the hand.
It was like a ninja shot. Put a little more on that one. J.W. Johnson cleans up.
Yes, he is a great cleaner upper, and a nice job by Colin. Calm, collected defense in the midcourt, then explodes forward with some offense. Love to see that.
Christian Elshon getting sassy early.
Yeah, that's a combination that J.W. Johnson wants and needs to continue to look for. He gets a high forehand shoulder level. That's a good situation for the Columbus Sliders. Say overall it's pretty 50-50 on those situations, with Riley Newman speeding up with the backhand against Colin. No one has a big edge.
Colin Johns turning it up.
Yeah, incredible first volley as the DC Pickleball team thought they had a window with Colin transitioning, and he closes the gap nicely.
Christian Elshon swipes it through the middle.
Yeah, you said it. Exactly right. I thought that ball was probably going to go cross court. Great job by him to put the backhand up the middle of the court.
That angle from J.W. Johnson. How does he hit that?
Well, 5 points ago, he had the inside out one to the other side of the court, and he can put it anywhere.
This would be a must-win situation for the Sliders. Looking ahead to mixed. Tough ball to handle for J.W. Johnson. Christian Elshon gets it that time.
18-17.
Oh.
Awkward bounce for Riley Newman, a little off balance. But yeah, you said not technically a must-win mathematically, but given the situation, about as close to a must-win as you can have for the Sliders.
J.W. Johnson owns the kitchen. Puts his team back on top by 1 in a crucial point in the game.
Yeah, 3 big forehands for JW just when they needed it. And he came through with that 3-shot combination, executed to perfection.
A 19-18 lead now for the Columbus Sliders as we once again bring you around the grounds here at the Brookhaven Country Club. You're looking at the Chicago Slice. They're over on court 3 midst of their men's doubles matchup. Chicago with a 1-0 lead.
As the sun heats up its levels, I do want to shout out one of our sponsors.
Looks like it's a tight one. Barr and Arnold had a 1-point edge just a moment ago on Ben Johns and Eric Lang.
Yeah, and I believe they were undefeated in MLP Atlanta, Deckel Barr and Julian Arnold, so a very formidable opponent for Ben Johns.
Meanwhile, the Orlando Squeeze up a perfect 2-0 on the Texas Ranchers, Dylan Frazier's team. So the Zane Navratil, Andre Daskew combo took down Travis Rettenmeyer and Dylan Frazier. Meanwhile, J.W. Johnson and Colin Johns 2 points away from evening it out. J.W. Johnson prematurely.
That was perfect, actually. That was perfect. That went from a slight mistake to the best you could have possibly done there,
Thanks,
Michelle.
Game point now for the Columbus Sliders. Oh, too good from Riley Newman. Finds the angle in the corner. It's a 1-point game.
Yeah, there's so much spin on that two-hander from Riley, and when he puts it in the right spot, paired with that spin, watch out.
Games to 21, win by 2, and on your serve. It's rally scoring format. No, J.W. Johnson gets the serve back.
Yeah, that was the pump fake right there. Christian Elshon left out to dry as Riley Newman was looking to make an aggressive move to the middle. I don't blame him for that, but just such a tough spot for Christian Elshon.
Riley Newman won't go away.
Well, you know, 1 out of 2. So that's why the previous point he was leaking to the middle for a situation like we just saw right there.
20 all. Johnson all over the attack. He has been clutch down the stretch.
Incredible angles on the put away, and I'll tell you what, I think Riley Newman would have had that. He ran out of court.
Riley Newman takes it right back.
Yeah, it's a great job of exploding forward and taking it out of the air and catching Colin Johns a little late on his slide to the right.
From Colin Johns, but ultimately put away from Christian Elshon, back on top by 1.
Yeah, not easy to squeeze the middle from the right with your backhand, but Elshon does it well there.
Game point for DC. Wow, that's a heartbreaker for the Sliders. What a rally performance for Riley Newman and Christian Elshon, and how quickly things can change here. A 23-21 finish. Wow, 2 game points for the Sliders. That's a tough one.
Yeah, it really is. Just too good in the clutch moments for DC.
We'll step aside for just a moment. We head on over to mixed doubles next, with DC taking a 2-0 series lead on the Columbus Sliders.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball.
At The Botanist, we always look further, seeing potential where others may not. We sustainably hand forage 22 Isla Botanicals to make a beautifully balanced gin, capturing the essence of our Scottish island home. Consciously crafted by our community to be enjoyed by yours. Look further.
Match point. It's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going...
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
Series of events so far here on Championship Court as Major League Pickleball rolls on from Dallas. And just when you thought the Sliders had the edge in game 2, they lost it. Christian Elshon and Riley Newman stormed back, and so we head into mixed doubles now. Colin Johns and Megan Fudge will be going out together against Christian Elshon and his partner Jackie Kawamoto. Colin Johns and mixed doubles. Add that in with Megan Fudge, a new addition to the Sliders team.
I mean, best right side male in the world for gender doubles, and he has to completely flip the script here, Michelle.
Oh. What a scramble from Megan Fudge early.
Yeah, nice opening point from all 4 players. You see some Elshon athleticism, and Fudge pretty scrappy herself. I mean, that's just not a ball many people can put a quality attack on. But that first step explosion and some of the reach of Christian Elshon is world class.
Wow, Christian Elshon finishing off what he started.
Yeah, just so tough to keep the ball away from him once he gets started in an exchange. Just very difficult.
Alshon did.
Yeah, it was a good read on there. I mean, he threw up a topspin lob in there. I mean, just showing it all. I mean, what is this, 4 points into the match, and we've already seen quite a few tools at his disposal.
Alshon puts a lot of time into his training and development. Former tennis player, University of Chicago.
Yeah, Michelle, I miss the days when no one worked out off the court. we are, unfortunately, those days are long gone, Michelle.
The playing field was a little bit more even back then. What do you mean? I think you could still be out here right now. Dad bod and all.
Well, maybe not on Friday. Maybe on Thursday. Who knows?
I think so. Definitely the most talented broadcast pickleballer.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
He would destroy all of us.
Well, at least, I'm just going to say, at least I have a kid, so I have a reason for a dad bod now. Before I just had a dad bod, no kids. That's not it. You know, that's just not it.
But a dazzling personality.
Thank you.
And great hip mobility. Good put away there for Christian Alshon.
Yeah, that's mixed doubles right there. Nice little reach in from Kawamoto, and then her buddy to her left finishes the deal.
Just long for Fudge.
Yeah, nice control of the kitchen line from Colin Johns. Just that last ball able to get over for Megan, and I think she should have did what she did. She just couldn't come up with the shot. Yeah, it's just not a shot that you really ever see Colin try in men's doubles. It was a little low. I don't hate the attempt, though. Just a different ball game.
Wide for Jackie.
Yeah, she had a little sliver there. A little sliver. But either way, a very tough shot to drive up the line over the high part of the net.
Let's replayed here in MLP.
5-7.
Yeah, nice job there from Alshon. Really getting underneath those one-handed backhands and rolling them with pace and spin.
It's like a backhand slapper. Wow, there's the shot she wanted.
Yeah, that's right. Missed the first one, not that time. Yeah, and Alshon, he has shown the roll with one hand and the straight, more linear punch straight to the ball with counterattack. So that's great variety from him. Nice volley from Megan Fudge with the inside-out two-handed backhand right at the feet of Jackie Kawamoto. There's my man Colin Johns with a phenomenal combination. One-handed backhand roll out of the air and then loading up on the forehand for the next shot. Megan Fudge might have pulled the cardinal sin of pickleball and changed her mind on that one. It almost never works out. Got to stick with that first inclination.
Just deep for Colin Johns, and DC eclipses that 11-point mark, which means we will change ends. This one getting out of hand a little bit for the sliders. What do they need to adjust?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't mind that last ball going to the back shoulder of Christian Alshon, who has really been squeezing the middle aggressively. But I mean, there's just not a lot of places to go when you have the court coverage of Alshon and then the rock right next to him, who is not giving you many errors. I would say maybe amp up the aggression because the controlled points are not going your way. But this is a tough situation to be in, and I don't have any earth-shattering advice for Columbus. Play a little cleaner, and hopefully DC Pickleball team level dips just a little bit.
But if you were out there and you had to come up with something.
Yeah, sometimes when it just gets to a certain situation, you just let it fly, Michelle. You just like, whatever, dink this, dink that. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to try to light these guys up with some offense. And, you don't want to start the match like that, but sometimes you end up in that situation.
Well, especially for a player like Colin, to your point earlier, just a right side reset player and the best in the world at it in men's doubles. Such a mentality shift for him.
Yeah, but you even see right there, it's a very nice backhand roll and a nice shot from Megan Fudge a couple shots later. But the one-handed backhand roll, Colin literally could go 3 or 4 men's tournaments without even hitting that shot when he's playing with his brother.
Right. So how do you train for that?
I mean, he still plays mixed. He certainly has better results in men's, but it's not like he's terrible at mixed. He's a very quality player at mixed, just not quite as good as he is at men's. And that's a nice setup there with a very aggressive cross-court dink from Jackie, setting up her partner.
12-9.
Bait there for Megan Fudge as she has a little smile chuckle with Colin Johns, maybe leaving that dink a little high, but Jackie could not come up with it.
Nice third from Colin Johns.
I know we haven't mentioned it in a while, Michelle, but they are on the good side now. So this situation is, and this match is far from over. Yeah, it clipped his shoulder before he hit it, so all 4 players knew that it touched his body.
A let cord in favor of Colin Johns early. Not fond of those when they go against him, as who is, I guess, but more than the usual.
We'll just say he reacts more than the average player. Yeah, whenever I was getting my butt beat by the Johns brothers, I would just try to hit let cords to Colin. That's like the only way to get out. It's the only way to get out.
Pull him out of his game. That's awesome.
That would have been a wild shot. Great shot from Colin Johns, though, keeping Christian Alshon in the back of the court, forcing him into a very high degree of difficulty drop.
Christian Alshon makes the counter look easy.
Yeah, that was sneaky from Jackie. I thought she was going to roll that dink, and she pulls the trigger cross court into the body of Fudge. Very sneaky attack from Jackie Kawamoto.
Just missed.
Yeah, I don't know if Fudge let it go or just missed it. Either way, that ATP attempt sails long for Christian Alshon.
Sliders pull within 2. Wide for Colin Johns again. Rarely misses those.
Yeah, trying to avoid that Christian Alshon forehand, just going for a bit too much on the drop. No deception that time. So couple feet off the kitchen line for Jackie Kawamoto on that attack, but just no deception. Therefore, Colin Johns all over it. She makes up. Redemption for Jackie.
Immediately.
17-14.
a beautiful finish down the line. Christian Alshon looking to get the people going.
Yeah, that's right. That's 2 now. 2 cross-court attacks to Fudge. 1 resulted in a Christian Alshon winner on the next ball, and Jackie Kawamoto got in the mix to finish the point on that time.
Typically that cross-court attack is not always effective.
That's
Why
right.
is it working for her?
Well, it gives, and that's the key, is that it's deceptive. So if Megan knows it's coming, that she has a lot of extra time to counter, but if she can jam her up and go at the body in a situation where Jackie is normally dinking, that is the key.
Line for Fudge. DC pulls ahead, takes game point, and this would seal the match for them.
20-14.
There's Colin Johns on offense.
Yeah, he's had 3 or 4 really nice combinations there, usually starting with the backhand, finishing with the forehand. Jackie just weathering the storm nicely. That first ball kind of up in her upper chest neck area. She fended it off right at the feet of her opponents.
There are those instincts. Another game point for DC. Colin Johns goes inside out, grabs the point, only 4 away. Anything can happen.
Yeah, really nice lateral movement on the kitchen and finding that back shoulder of Christian Alshon. Nobody home.
Did he get that?
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
Oh my, Christian Alshon. So the call was, I don't know what the call was on the court. I don't know if we, okay, so it was an out call by Fudge.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if a player called it or what happened there.
It wasn't clear, that's for sure. I think he got it.
As the rally stands, the Sliders are serving at 17-20.
Yeah, if this landed in, it was just an incredible shot from Alshon, because he comes to the middle of the court with the forehand and then hits a kind of an inside-out backhand wrist flip. I mean, that's not a shot you really come across too frequently.
You don't train for that.
Yeah, you don't train for that, but I'll tell you what, Alshon probably does. He plays for 4 hours. I see him running wind sprints, doing box jumps and stuff. This man is locked in.
No dad bod for Christian Alshon.
No.
Let's have another look. Oh, that's wide. Yeah.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
wide.
Yeah, well out. Yeah, well out.
I don't think there'll be any issues there, at least.
Yeah, in real time, we were kind of blocked.
Close, yeah.
We were blocked by Megan Fudge. It was tough to see.
And pick up your sample, which is a bottle at the front entrance and our 2 free flavors today.
An impressive miss, though. Impressive almost angle.
I mean,
was not on the scouting report.
I mean, and let's take a little look-see at the score too. I mean, it kind of feels like this is lopsided, or the Sliders haven't been able to really get into this match. But we got a possible 3-point game coming in after this challenge. I mean, this is right in possibility for the Sliders.
Video review. The ball was out. Therefore, Botanist Pickleball team loses 1-3 challenge. They have 2 remaining. Columbus still has 3 remaining challenges. We will resume play with Columbus serving at 17-20. 15 seconds, please.
It's Bob Swisshelm giving us the verdict there. Colin Johns will kick back the serve. Down 3.
Time in. 17-20.
There's that speed up again from Kawamoto.
Yeah, and it's a lot of trust in Christian, because when she goes cross court, that ball is coming right straight to Christian from straight ahead, and she has faith in his hands, and I think she has good faith.
Seems like he's welcoming that challenge, and Columbus lives to see another day. 18-20, down to, what's the mentality on this serve?
18-20.
And third, rather.
Get it in.
Yeah. Got it in, but
yeah, that's right. So maybe I should have been a little more precise with what I said and just get it in.
easier said than done, right?
It is.
Game point number 3 for DC. Colin Johns gets it right back. Down 1. Columbus still alive. This would be huge because J.W. Johnson and Megan Dazan are waiting in the wings for the next mixed doubles matchup. Oh, such a close point.
Yeah, and I like what Megan Fudge did there of not taking that ball at Christian. She went back to Jackie, but Jackie's there and she's ready. It's just not a lot of spots to go.
Game point number 4 for DC. Cautious play. Oh no, just wide for Colin Johns. That's another heartbreaker for Columbus. 21-19 the final. How about Jackie Kawamoto and Christian Alshon stealing this one?
Yeah, and that seals the deal at 3-0. We will play the 4th game for game differential percentage, but well done by DC Pickleball team in round 1.
So DC takes the match. We'll go one more, though, for the purposes of game net differential. We'll be right back with the final mixed doubles game after this.
My name is Itamar, and this is the story of how I got my life back. In college, I injured my back swimming, and pain became so bad that I couldn't function. Treatment was solely focused on my lower back. I was worried that I was never going to get better. When I found HSS, it felt like I had found the cure to my pain. My doctor asked about my hips, as opposed to every other doctor that only asked about my back. HSS changed and saved my life.
The all-new Prius. Toyota. Let's go places.
And I said, Saturday? No one's here. Right? Are you getting this? So if he wants the invoice...
Water doesn't have to be boring. Turn it up with Cirkul. With over 40 delicious flavors and a dial that controls your intensity, Cirkul starts a party for your taste buds. No sugar, no calories, and no artificial flavors. Just good times. Cirkul. It's your water, your way. Try Cirkul at drinkcirkul.com.
Well, the DC Pickleball team took the match, winning this one in 3. We will play the 4th for purposes of if there's a tie in group play and all that good stuff here in Major League Pickleball. Michelle McMahon and Adam Stone in the booth with you. And all the pressure off Riley Newman and Jade Kawamoto. It could have been a drastically different situation here. Colin Johns and Megan Fudge were oh so close. So were the men's Devils.
Nice shot by Riley Newman on the forehand pancake side. And yes, exactly right. They were right in that previous mixed doubles match. But like you said, 3-0 sealing the deal. It does allow these players to be a little looser. That was the perfect description of that, Ernie. Because she just kind of like hung out over there and just did a little patty cake there. It was perfect.
I think that was her audio, not mine. It's like a boop.
Nice reach in, way to get in tight to the kitchen for Megan Dizon, keeping Jade Kawamoto back at the baseline. Yeah, there's that big Riley Newman forehand. One of the most impressive shots in pickleball. That unique grip, and it absolutely works well for him.
That's a big finish for J.W. Johnson.
Yeah, so good. Was not expecting him to take that ball out of the air. He lunges forward, completely handcuffing Jade Kawamoto.
J.W. Johnson sneaks the angle on the low counter.
Reasonable hands from J.W. there. He just kind of casually puts that backhand down. Clean cross-court winner. No big deal. Almost looks like a couple of those backhand slice dinks. The ball's getting a little too deep into JW's body, not making contact quite out in front as much as he should be. I like it there from the combination from JW. Anytime he's flipping that backhand and then a presence in the middle with the forehand after, I think that is a recipe for success for him and his team.
No faster hands than J.W. Johnson. Saw it there again.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, and the ball from Riley Newman was ridiculously good. Not many players can handle that pace, but J.W. Johnson can.
And then a slap down the middle.
Yeah, it's a perfect spot. And I'm okay with what Riley did there. He was in such a bad spot. He just got out of the way, hoping Jade had his back. Unfortunately, she did not. Pressure from Riley Newman, and it's really just a tough spot for Megan Dizon. Going cross-court dinking with one of the most consistent dinkers in the game, and then if you do want to pull the trigger, you're straight up from Riley Newman. It's a big-time mental and physical squeeze for Megan Dizon.
7-5.
That's a big play from J.W. Johnson.
Yeah, I think he actually hit her shoe. Talk about precision targeting the left foot in the transition zone.
6-7.
A nice job by Riley Newman going line there. Often when he attacks his forehand off of the bounce, he goes at the right shoulder of the player in front of him, this time pushing the ball to the left hip of J.W. Johnson. It's a phenomenal spot from Riley. And speaking of phenomenal spots, Megan Dizon sealing the deal on that point.
7-8.
Back from Newman, and the sliders come back and tied up 8-all.
Yeah, good court positioning pressure in the middle from JW. Very quality, well-constructed point from the sliders. And this is not really that surprising. This is clearly their anchor mix team, where I think DC Pickleball team has 1A, 1B. JW Johnson and Megan Dizon are the clear-cut A team for their squad, and up 2, not surprising. There, Megan Dizon. She went for it in a very well-constructed point as the DC Pickleball team pushed back, got back forward, but Megan Dizon with a couple quality forehands in the last few points of the first half. They have a 3-point lead going into the end change.
As a look around the grounds here, a couple of score updates for you. The Atlanta Bouncers, who did not do well in Atlanta, are still alive in this matchup against the Bay Area Breakers. Ada Wright is out for Bay Area, another tough injury here in this one. And they're in their second mixed doubles match. Paris Chan and Hunter Johnson taking on Susanna Barr, who stepped in for Etta Wright, and Rafa Hewitt. So that could be an interesting storyline. Elsewhere, Orlando took the match against Texas, a 3-0 lead right now for them.
That's a runaway freight train. Orlando squeeze can't be stopped right now.
And that men's doubles match we were tracking between Chicago, Ben John's team, and the Arizona Drive. Deckelbar and Julian Arnold did win that men's doubles match. And the mixed doubles, Jesse Irvin and Ben Johns won by just 2 points. Ooh. They're on top 2-1 as a team. So now it's Lacey Schneeman and Eric Lang taking on Vivian David and Julian Arnold. Lots of intriguing storylines. Dreambreaker.
I smell that Dreambreaker over there on whatever court that is. It's coming, though.
We had almost no Dreambreakers yesterday at the Challenger level.
Yeah, and I believe first day in MLP Atlanta, it was around 50% of the matches went to Dreambreakers, and in here, not a lot. So the format is all over the place. You never know what you're going to get at MLP. Again from the sliders, and Megan Dizon, some really quality dinking the last few minutes, just going tit for tat with Jade Kawamoto.
Oh, Dizon had it lined up against Newman.
Yeah, she crushed that two-hander. Really the only difference there is Riley right on the kitchen, and Megan Dizon was a couple feet off of it. Allowed Riley to get a paddle on that ball.
Gets him that time. A little high, a little risky.
That's where if I'm her partner, I say, great shot, Megan, don't do it again.
We got away with that one.
I just called this one. I will recall. 13-10. Point. 14-10.
Wow. Riley Newman.
Just so much power there. Just right at the feet, too. Just almost no chance for Megan Dizon to get a paddle on that ball, and she obviously did not. There you go. And I just love these, just redemption. I say she couldn't get a paddle on it. Next point, she crushes it. I love that.
Dizon can't believe she missed.
She just goes, and looks at JW, and they both have a chuckle.
12-15.
One block, one dink now for Dazan as DC Pickleball team cuts the gap in half.
Let board.
I just like
She'll
that.
Take it.
Just super casual. Sorry.
Sorry, but I needed it. 2 in a row. I'll take it.
Yeah, you need it.
Take
you need it.
Riley Newman takes a welcome speed up cross court from Dazan.
Well, you don't really want to do it straight ahead, and you certainly don't want to do it cross court. Yeah, I would say.
It looked like they were going to win that point, though. It seemed like the I formation was about to work for the sliders. JW rolls it in on Kawamoto.
Clipping the tape was nothing Jade can do. Either way, it's a quality ball from JW. Jade in a very tough spot in the midcourt.
Just back for Dazan. JW keeps Riley Newman back, and the sliders are 2 points away from taking a game off of Atlanta's finalists. Burt for Riley Newman.
Yeah, that's a Burt alert for sure. So, you know, two kind of odd shots in the same point. You don't see Riley Newman lob too frequently, and you certainly don't see a lot of Burts. Times in men's doubles as well. Riley Newman going with that forehand speed up off the bounce to the back shoulder of the other left side opponent. Some pretty good success with it as well. Well, I chuckled and JW smiled too. It's like the perfect situation. He probably should have taken it out of the air. He lets it bounce, but ends up hitting the perfect shot. That's JW for you.
Down the middle, he had it.
Yeah, I like it. Any time I see JW Johnson being aggressive in the middle, even if it doesn't work out, I'm all for it.
DC back within 2. Timeout called by Columbus.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Really nice drop from DC Pickleball team, and they've only creeped back in a couple more points, but you can kind of feel the flow switching back over to DC. Good time to stop the action for the sliders.
So, JW and Megan Dazan have been in control of this game the whole time. What is it required of them to close it out here on the tougher side to be on with the sun in your face?
Yeah, I mean, they've played great. They've had nice patterns and nice play throughout. This is what happens in the MLP format. You get to 20, and they just kind of start adding a point here, point there, point there. So I don't think it's anything drastic that they should change. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep what got you that 3 or 4 point lead that is now 2 points, and just seal the deal. It's just, I mean, it's just so tough. When you pull away a few points, the opponents get looser, you get a little tighter, and it always just squeezes till the very end.
Wow. Couple of good snags from Dazan, finished off by J.W. Johnson.
Yeah, so good from Dazan, as one of those balls was going to hit the back fence, but she couldn't get out of the way, but she put it right in the kitchen.
Another game point for Columbus. Oh, lets it go that time. Finds the corner to Riley Newman.
They kind of always seem to go in. Well, they all went in whenever I played them anyway.
1 point game. DC right back in it. Cleaned up by JW Johnson. Newman trying to speed it up at the forehand of JW.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think he was trying to speed up at the backhand of Dazan, and JW Johnson just got in there.
JW Johnson goes right at the body of Riley Newman, and the Sliders take a game off the DC pickleball team.
And that could be huge later on, Michelle. It absolutely could. I know DC had sealed the deal, but that game differential and point differential percentage is absolutely huge. So nice job by the Sliders of grabbing that last one. Maybe in the next two pool matches, they can get a couple wins and move on to the elimination bracket. And we're going to take a short break and chat with our winners, the DC Pickleball team. Don't go anywhere.
Major League Pickleball by Margaritaville is brought to you by Michelob ULTRA. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Cirkul, your water, your way. Knockaround Sunglasses, quality shades that won't break the bank. And by Margaritaville, escape to your personal paradise. Stay, play, live, and dine in Margaritaville.